My friends, this is Dr. B, the best doctor in medicine. 30 plus years of clinical experience at high level in medicine. Today, Dr. B wants to talk to you about the only solution, only treatment for your fatty liver disease. Fatty liver disease. Guys, in America, we have almost 350 million people, almost 350 million people as of July 2025. In the adult population, men and women, adult population, half of them, 50%, are overweight, and 30%, almost 1/3, are obese. Overweight means your body mass index, your BMI, is at 25 and above. Obese means your body mass index, your BMI, is at 30 and above. A normal body mass index is between 20 and 24.9, right? My BMI, Dr. B, is very close to 20. Very close to 20. I have 0% body fat. All muscle, skin, and bone. That's it. Remember, if you are overweight or obese, there's a high chance that you have fatty liver disease. Because fatty liver disease is not present in people who have a normal BMI, body mass index, between 20 and 24.9. It is something that we see in people who are overweight or obese, right? More people who are obese have fatty liver disease than people who are overweight. But remember, if you are overweight or obese, make sure that you ask your family doctor to send you to an imaging radiology department like the one where Dr. B works, for example, so that you can have an ultrasound of your liver to check whether or not you have fatty liver disease. Fatty liver disease is the accumulation of fat into your liver, and it's a disaster because it causes, over time, fatty liver disease over time causes fibrosis and cirrhosis of the liver. This chronic inflammation that you have in your liver when you have too much fat is extremely harmful for your liver. It causes, over time, liver fibrosis. It becomes scar tissue, accumulates in your liver, and later you can develop cirrhosis, which is a disaster. It is estimated that not only 30% of the population in the United States are obese and 50% are overweight. In addition, almost 40% of the adult population in the US suffer from fatty liver disease. There are only two causes of fatty liver disease. One is alcohol, fatty liver disease. The other one is non-alcohol fatty liver disease. And the non-alcohol fatty liver disease is caused by overeating. Too many calories, too much indulgence on food. Food, this beautiful food that is the center of the universe, of all my ex-girlfriends, my family members, my sister, my co-workers. This food that is the center of the universe of everyone, 90% of the population in the US, the center of their universe, their preoccupation is constantly with what we're going to eat this morning, what we're going to eat for lunch, what we're going to eat this weekend, let's go eat that burger, let's go eat that, let's order that pizza, let's go test that restaurant, blah, blah. Overindulgence on food is a disease in modern societies. Too much access to food, constantly 24 hours a day. There is never any let go. So people who have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is because they eat too much. People who have alcohol fatty liver disease, also called alcoholic fatty liver disease, is because of too much alcohol. Most of the time, these two causes, they combine together. Means the guy or the lady, they drink too much beer, wine, whiskey, blah, blah, blah. In addition, they eat too much, right? It usually goes together. Just like a few of my ex-girlfriends who love not only to eat constantly, but at the same time to drink wine, drink beer, let's have a tequila, let's have a margarita. I mean, it is crazy what people do to their body. Now, I used, my apologies, I used to drink some wine, beer here and there, right? A little tequila here, a little whiskey there, blah, blah, blah. I used to eat a lot, but that was when I was younger. Once you reach a certain age, I apologize. Once you hit a certain age, and everybody's different, right? You can see that your body is changing. Whether you're 35, 40, 45, 50, blah, 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 you need to just zip it. You need to no longer put food in the center of your universe, and you need to cut back or eliminate completely, like I did, this nasty carcinogen called alcohol. Zero alcohol you need to reach. Zero. Alcohol is a group 1 carcinogen of the International Agency for Research on Cancer, IARC, International Agency for Research on Cancer, founded in 1965 in the second city of France called Lyon. International Agency on Research of Cancer, International Agency for Research on Cancer has put alcohol in the group 1 carcinogens, equivalent to tobacco smoke, ultraviolet radiation, processed meat, like all these nasty sausages, all these nasty red meat that people buy at the store and they bring, they feed themselves and their family and their kids, right? Air pollution, group 1 carcinogens, right? So be mindful of these two causes of fatty liver disease, alcohol and non-alcohol. Non-alcohol is excess food, but most of the time the two go together because people enjoy food and enjoy alcohol, both together. The only solution to get rid of your destructive fatty liver disease is first to know that you have one. So if you are overweight and obese, make sure that you ask your doctor, who is busy making money and doesn't have much time to take care of you, right? In and out. You're going to spend 5 minutes in your doctor's exam room. You don't have the time to ask questions. He doesn't have the time to answer you. And despite you being overweight or obese, he never sent you to that radiology imaging department, right? Whether at the hospital or in private clinic like Dr. B's clinic, so that somebody can put an ultrasound probe on your belly to check your liver and say, look at that, you have fatty liver disease. That's the first step. The second step, once you know you have fatty liver disease, then you need to make sure that you grab the bull by the horn and realize the seriousness of your condition, and you need to go on diet and exercise, my friend. Diet and exercise. There is no other secret. There is no other option. I see a lot of quacks, a lot of shame on these people, a lot of liars, healthcare scammers, telling you that if you eat vitamin E, it will get you rid of your fatty liver disease and will detoxify your liver. What a scam, what a lie, what a BS, right? It is a scam. There is absolutely no scientific evidence, no scientific proof to support the claim that vitamin E or any other freaking vitamin is gonna help you get rid of your fatty liver. The only option you have to get rid of your fatty liver disease is to zip your mouth like Dr. B. I put food in a little corner of my life, right? The food is no longer the center of my life like it used to be when I was younger. And of course, zip my mouth, zero alcohol in my body. That's it. That's all you can do. I see other quacks who claim that if you drink cod liver oil, think about this, cod liver oil is supposed to get you rid of your fatty liver disease and cleanse your liver. My God, what a bunch of charlatans these people are. And there's this other guy who sells you this little herb that he bought, this little herb that he bought. It's a herb that he bought that he found supposedly in the jungles of Africa, and he has the patent and he's selling it to you. Make sure you keep your credit card ready and click on that link below, and make sure you buy a bottle. It's going to cost you only $95. Make sure you buy one every week to clean and eliminate your fatty liver disease so that I can pay for my Ferrari that I just bought yesterday. This is the level of these scammers, and they are able to do this because it's crazy in the US. You can do this kind of fake false advertisements, false claims. I'm from Europe originally, right? I did my medical school, everything in Europe and then I came to the US, took my board exams, blah, blah, blah. But originally I'm from Europe, and it's crazy to see that in Europe we have extremely strict, severe, stringent rules against this kind of medical false advertisement. These people in Europe would be immediately shut down. Their website would be shut down. They wouldn't be able to make such a outrageous claim that eating vitamin E or drinking cod liver oil or buying this little freaking herb that the guy, it's a herb that from I don't know where, that the guy has, is gonna get you rid of your fatty liver disease and cleanse your liver. This guy would be immediately taken to court and fined a ton of euros. But here, of course, for some reason, this freedom of speech allows them to route this outrageous misinformation and disinformation in healthcare. And nothing can say anything to these people. And then they put a disclaimer. You know, this is just an advice. It's just my opinion. Make sure you don't follow my opinion. Talk to your doctor. That's how they can get away in tiny little prints that they put. And they say the FDA hasn't approved what I say. So then why do you say it then? Why do you make such an outrageous false claim that hasn't been backed by science? If at the end or at the beginning or in tiny little print you have to put a disclaimer that the FDA hasn't approved, hasn't agreed with what I say, and what I say is just my opinion, make sure you talk to your doctor. Well, why do you say it then if it's not backed by the scientific evidence? Why do you claim that the aliens have just landed on Earth if it's just your opinion and you have no proof for that? So then why do you make that claim? You go online and you claim that, oh guys, pay attention, just yesterday, last night, the aliens have landed on Earth, but this is just my opinion. I don't have any proof for that. You know what? Consult with your scientist, consult with NASA, the National Aerospace Administration, but it's my opinion that just yesterday the aliens landed on Earth. Why do you waste people's time by putting such a fake video, right? So remember, there is nothing that will clean and eliminate your fatty liver except diet and exercise plus No alcohol, zip, zip, zip. That's it. There is a supposed new medication that has been approved by the FDA that can help you get rid of your fatty liver disease in addition to diet, exercise, and zero alcohol. But I'm not even going to name that because it's outrageous. I am so pissed by this big pharma industry that are in collusion with the food industry. I posted a video about that. The food industry sells you garbage, super processed food, ultra processed food full of carcinogens, pesticides, insecticides, dyes, nasty stuff that gives you massive number of different diseases, from cancer to dementia to heart failure, kidney failure, liver disease. And then on the other side, their buddies, their best friends, the big pharma, come up with this, we have a medication that can help you with your fatty liver disease. I'm not going to honor them, and I'm not going to even name that medication, because even though it has been approved by the FDA, it's not going to do miracle unless, and even if you take it, nothing gonna happen to you unless you go on diet and exercise. Not just a little bit of diet, but a lot of diet, like Dr. B, right? I'm on the keto diet. And a lot of exercise. I exercise 2 hours a day at the gym, cardio plus pushing and lifting weights, 2 hours a day, no exception. Right? 365 days a year. So I'm not going to honor that pharmaceutical company and that medication, because they say very clearly that medication will work only if you diet and exercise, right? But if you diet and exercise, you don't need that freaking medication. Who knows, because it's a new medication, who knows what the freaking side effects are going to be in some years down the road. They're going to find out, oh my God, that medication increases your risk of cancer, heart failure, strokes, increases your risk of dementia, right? Like all these old medications that they've been giving for the last many years and decades to people, now they are finding out that a lot of them, like the anticholinergic medications, are giving people dementia. But it takes decades, many years, sometimes decades, for people to realize that, my God, this medication that we've been giving to people since they were young adults, now that they are 60, 70, 80, we found out they are giving them cancers, dementia, heart failure, right? It's constant. So you need to stay away from medication. Don't fall into the trap of these new medications that have been discovered by this big pharma. Don't become a guinea pig. Don't become an experiment. Don't become the little rat lab or mouse lab for this big pharmaceutical industry that are reaping billions of dollars in collusion with the food industry. One makes you sick by selling you this nasty food that is constantly ultra processed, full of carcinogens, dyes, and insecticide and pesticides, and on the other side their buddies that come up with another way to make billions of dollars, right, to grease each other's feet and machines at your expense, right, by selling you this new medication. Are you kidding me? Are you going to take that new medication, right? How do you know what that freaking new medication going to do to you in 5 years, 10 years down the road? How do you know what that new freaking medication is going to do to your brain, to your liver, to your kidneys, to your heart, to your brain, to your freaking bones, to your health, to your immune system? How do you know, for God's sake? As I said just a few minutes ago, anticholinergic medications, which were some of the most commonly prescribed medications, and they are still being prescribed They're just finding out now that it's increasing massively the risk of dementia and psychotic disorders and depressions and blah, 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 right? My God, stop taking any freaking medications, right? Unless it's your life that depends on it. Like, of course, if you have cancer and you have no choice after the surgery and you need radiation therapy, chemotherapy, go ahead. If you have heart failure, right? If you have heart failure stage B or C or D, you have no choice but to take that medication, right? If you have kidney failure, blah, blah, you have no choice. There are some medications you need to take. If you have rheumatoid arthritis, blah, blah, there is no choice sometimes. But my God, when you have the choice to eliminate your diabetes, to eliminate your high cholesterol, to eliminate your triglyceride, to eliminate your elevated blood pressure or your stage 1 high blood pressure, when you have the choice, the ability to naturally eliminate your fatty liver disease, why would you take freaking medication, for God's sake, and then find out in 10 years that it has started to give you dementia, it has started to give you heart failure? The side effects, I mean, look at old medications. The older the medication, the longer the list of side effects, right? I mean, it's just crazy, the list of side effects that accumulates over the years once a medication gets put into the market. So do not be a guinea pig. Sometimes you have no choice, but many times you do have a choice. Your fatty liver disease, you can eliminate it naturally. Your stage 1 hypertension, your elevated blood pressure, stage 1 and elevated, not stage 2. Your high cholesterol, your high triglyceride, your prediabetes, your diabetes, everything, all this can get gotten rid of naturally by diet and exercise. It is crazy how staying healthy and aging gracefully is easy. It costs $0. You don't have to pay for any freaking medication, right? You're gonna save a lot of money by not eating all this nasty food that you order or that you eat outside, right? I mean, look at the cost of a restaurant. Look at the cost of sitting in a burger joint. Look at the cost of ordering a simple pizza. I mean, it's crazy with the tips and blah, blah, blah. It costs you a ton of money that you can save in a savings health account for yourself, your kids, your family, right? Eating less and eating healthier is going to cost you way less money in the immediate time, but also on the long term, because you're not going to be sick. You're not going to have any surgery, any procedures, any freaking medication, right? You're going to age gracefully. All you're going to need to do is your regular medical checkups once or twice a year, which cost barely anything to do, a little blood test, a little visit at your doctor, here and there, a little colonoscopy, a little test here, a little test there. But you're not going to have to spend a fortune on medication, surgeries, procedures, diagnostic tests, and blah, 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 right? So pay attention to these natural remedies. Don't become a guinea pig. Take care of your fatty liver yourself. Become in charge of your own healthcare. Become your own healthcare advocate. Take care of your own healthcare. Advocate for your own healthcare. Take charge of your mental health and your physical health by watching my videos, following my recommendation, my guidance, everything. And I swear to God, I'm 50 years young. You're going to be like me. It requires a little bit of willpower, right? I swear to God, I'm 50 years young. All my health parameters of those of a baby. I have 0% body fat. My body mass index is close to 20. My blood pressure is that of a baby. My hemoglobin A1C, that of a baby. My cholesterol, my triglyceride, my everything, my liver function test, my kidney function test, all Those of a baby. I take the ultrasound probe. I'm an expert in medical imaging. I put it on my own carotid, my thyroids, my heart, my kidneys, my liver, my tummy, my prostate, my balls, my penis, my bladder, everything. Super healthy, not even one plaque, not even 1 gram of fat in my body. No visceral fat, no love handle. I am just muscle, skin, and bone. That's it. And let me show you what you can do and what you can achieve. Remember, I'm 50 years young. Pay attention to this. This is Dr. B, 50 years young. Do you see this? Do you see any freaking fat? It's just muscle, bone, and skin. Look, no sagging skin. Look at this. Look at the muscle. Look at this. Do you see this? Do you see this? This is diet, exercise, natural freaking medicine. Not even one medication for no freaking cazzo, right? Pay attention to this. Do you see this? This is my left biceps. Look at this. Look at it. Do you see any fat? No, it's just freaking skin, bone, muscle. Same thing for my tummy. Same thing for my ass. Same thing for my legs. My legs beautiful. I can run faster like a jaguar, faster than a 20-year-old. I swear to God. I'm not a good long distance runner. I'm too muscular, right? Because I go to the gym, right? Every day pushing weights. Obviously, I have less muscle than when I was 20, 30, 40, right? But for a 50-year-old, I'm beautiful, right? I need to, when you are a long distance runner, you need to be skinny, right? I don't want to be skinny. I want to be muscular, right? It's better, way healthier, right? So you can do it too. You can run as fast as I can because I in a sprint I can beat a 20-year-old because my legs are all muscle. Nice, strong, beautiful muscle, like a sprinter, right? Like a jaguar. Obviously, a 20-year-old can beat me in a long distance, right? But in the sprint, I can beat them. You can achieve this kind of healthy aging. You can stay away from cardiovascular disease, mental disorders, dementia, Alzheimer, heart attack, heart failure, stroke, cancers, kidney failure, liver disease, blah, blah. And it costs you $0. You need to reorient your brain away from food towards healthy activities. Means study, learn a new skill, right? Learn a new language. Learn to play chess. Improve your skills in the game of chess, in the game of bridge. Go volunteer at the church. Go volunteer at a nursing home. Go volunteer, become a visitor to visit sick patients. Go teach. Go become a volunteer teacher to disabled kids. Go volunteer at your synagogue, at your mosque, at your temple. Work more if you have a work that is enjoyable, right? Not everybody loves their job. A lot of people cannot wait until they can retire. Me, I'm never going to retire. I'm going to keep working in our cardiovascular clinic and seeing patients until I'm 100 years old because I love my job. I love medicine. Medicine is all my life. Medicine is my family. Medicine is my kids. Medicine is my family. Medicine is the wife that I don't have. Medicine is my girlfriend. I will never give up medicine until I'm 100 years old and die peacefully and healthily in my sleep in my bed. So I will never retire. I will never worry about any retirement. I will keep working. So if you have a work that is like that, you can do the same. You have to eliminate your focus on food. You have to, when you come home, immediately go to the gym. And then when you come from the gym, you need to not have food in your fridge. If you open my fridge, first of all, my fridge is tiny. I don't have this massive refrigerator like at my sister. She got 2 of them. 2 massive refrigerators. Her kitchen is bigger than my apartment, right? I have a nice, beautiful 1-bedroom apartment, beautiful bathroom, everything nice, balcony. The entire kitchen of my sister is bigger than my entire apartment. 2 big, huge, massive refrigerators full of food, right? Obviously, when you come home, you want to eat, right? And then your fatty liver gets worse, right? When you come to my apartment, there's nothing in my fridge, right? There's some tomato paste, some fat-free, sugar-free yogurt, some water, that's it, right? Peanut butter, everything, some healthy stuff, but nothing. There's just no food in my freezer is empty. There's nothing in it except ice cubes, right? In winter, in summer, I put some water bottles to get frozen, blah, blah, blah. There's nothing. So I don't bring any temptation home, right? The same way I don't have a girlfriend now. Well, I don't have sex, right? If I want to have sex, I get, my brain goes crazy. Once in a while, I call a little escort and she comes here, I pay her the money, I do what I have to do, I kick her out, right? But I don't have the temptation for sex constantly like when I used to have a girlfriend, right? Who used to come in the evenings, during the weekends, right? In my apartment, constantly walking around in her underwear. Oh my God, how can anyone resist, right? If you see the lady, beautiful Italian, Asians, I've had everything, Mexican woman, right? Walking around half naked in her underwear in my apartment, how can you not have sex? Well, you grab her, and I had sex. I used to have sex every night, every afternoon, on weekends, 5, 6, 7 times every day, right? Eat like a pig. Those days are long gone, right? So when there's no temptation, sexual temptation or food temptation, like my fridge, which is empty, I come to my apartment, there's only protein and healthy almonds and peanut butter, cocoa powder. All I can eat is healthy freaking stuff. No processed, no sugar, no nothing. There's no meat, there's no fruits, there's no nothing in my apartment. So that's it. I stay here and I eat my protein juice and blah, blah, blah. And I have zero fat in my belly, zero fat in my liver, zero fat in my chin. Look at my chin. Beautiful, nice, beautiful chin. Zero fat in my liver, right? So you need to shift your attention, your brain, away from food and find something that would entertain your brain so that when you're home, not only you don't have the food in your fridge, like me, there's nothing except tiny little things, almonds and olive oil and walnut oil, blah, blah, blah. But also, in addition to not have the temptation at home, right? Do something. Be busy when you come home. Stop sitting behind watching these stupid movies online, right? Or on your TV. No. Learn a language. I'm right now learning my language number 6, which is the Thai language. I am fluent in 5 languages already. Fluent written, spoken. French, English, Farsi, which is Persian, Italian, Spanish, and I'm learning number 6. And I spend a lot of time improving my chess, the game of chess, right? I have this electronic chess player. You can do it also online. I am constantly improving my knowledge in medicine, right? I receive 8 magazines, high-level journals in medicine to stay in touch, to keep in touch with the latest medical discovery, to stay at the top of my game. Latest medications, latest discovery, latest treatments, latest surgical discoveries, blah, 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 right? It's a massive amount of knowledge that you need to constantly put in your brain to be on the top of your game, right? So my brain is constantly busy, and I'm improving my knowledge in mathematics, high-level math, high-level chemistry, high-level biochemistry, right? So I'm doing it constantly. My brain is constantly busy, right? And when I need a snack, which is many times, right? If I need a snack, well, it's Sunday, I'm suddenly feeling hungry, right? I'm going to grab a fistful of almonds with a tea, right? An avocado, that's it. And a little bit of tomato paste. That's it. It cuts your hunger. In addition, if you want, have a little protein, a glass of protein juice, protein with the 100% pure, no sugar, no added fake stuff, nothing. It's pure whey protein or pea protein or collagen protein that I mix with cocoa powder, 100% pure, no sugar, not processed with alcohol. That's it. Your craving is cut for the next 4 hours. In 4 hours, it's the weekend. If I'm hungry, right, what do? I'm going to grab a fistful of almonds, right? Always no salt, no sugar, right? And I chew them, have a little coffee, always decaf tea and coffee after 12 o'clock, at least for me. Don't drink too much caffeine. And that's it. My hunger is cut and it's already 8 or 9 o'clock. I have later a little dinner. My dinner is always snacks, right? Same thing at work. Most of the time, I don't have the time to have lunch. If I have the time, it's a little protein juice that I mix with cocoa powder, right, or a fistful of almonds. I don't eat like I used to before, right? My biggest meal is my breakfast, which is also very simple. I have eggs. Eggs are so healthy. Olive oil, right? Olive oil, walnut oil, almonds. Tablespoon of natural healthy yogurt for my probiotics, tomato paste, right? Cocoa powder. I mean, healthy freaking stuff and a little bit of it, right? Same thing for my evening. But if I have in the middle of the weekend, right, and I'm studying or reading or blah blah blah, and I feel a little craving, there's no point in resisting your craving. Go grab something healthy. Go grab an egg. Eat 2 eggs with an avocado. That's it. You're done. It's gonna cut your hunger with a big tea. That's it. Right? But don't put sugar, don't put nasty stuff in there. That's it, you're done. Remember, there is no need to fast. There is no need to skip a meal. It's a lie. There is no scientific evidence that proves that skipping meal, doing fasting 12 hours, half a day, 1 day, 2 days, every once in a while, blah, blah, has any benefit to you. All you need to do not resist your craving. Eat, go ahead. But at the end of the day, make sure that anything that you ate was unprocessed, super healthy with 0 sugar. Me, I'm on a keto diet. There's no sugar. So it's not going to become fat. And make sure that you eat a little bit of calories, right? Even the healthiest food on earth, if you eat too much of it, you're going to become fat. So you need to not skip any meal. There's no point. There's no any benefit. Don't listen to these morons who don't have any proof, scientific proof. All the scientific proof actually prove that there is no need to skip a meal. Satisfy your food craving, but don't go and get an ice cream, a Coca-Cola, a freaking cake, a pizza, a burger, French fries. No rice, no pasta, no freaking bread, right? Because that's going to make you fat. It's going to make you build more fatty liver. What you need to do is to grab a fistful of pistachios. No fat, no sugar, no salt. You chew it, it tastes good. And because it's high in protein, vitamins, mineral, antioxidants, with 0 sugar, you drink it with tea or coffee, decaf after 12 o'clock, at least for me, and that's it. You're full. It's going to cut your hunger for another 3 hours. In 3 hours, you get hungry again. Go grab 2 eggs. Right? Put some olive oil on the eggs. Put some freaking walnut oil on the eggs and eat it with an avocado, and that's it. You're cut for another 3 hours. At the end of the day, when you go to bed at night, make sure that your overall calories are extremely low. That's it. There is no secret, guys. And I swear to God, you're going to be like Dr. B. Look at this. All muscle and skin and bone, and absolutely no fat, 50 years young, no sagging skin, no fat. I cannot show you my belly, it's unprofessional. I cannot show you my butt, it's absolutely unprofessional, right? But you imagine my body, this is what I am, right? And you can do it. I love you guys. Dr. B graduated from medical school more than 30 years ago. I took the Hippocratic Oath to put your benefit, your interest above mine. And I will never sell you garbage. I will never tell you any fake stuff like all these quacks, healthcare scammers, these snake oil sellers. My opinion is not my opinion. It is the scientific evidence that I tell you. I will never tell you anything about my opinion. Everything I tell you, the scientific evidence, the proof. We have all these studies that have been published in all the medical journals, the Journal of the American Medical Association, the Journal of the American Society of Echocardiography, the New England Journal of Medicine, the Lancet, blah, 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 the Journal of the American College of Cardiology. Everything have been published. But these people, they don't read these medical journals, and they are fake people, and they make these beautiful videos that are very convincing with artificial intelligence, special effect, music, blah, blah, just to fool you. Don't get fooled by these very beautifully made videos. They are scam artists. Follow my videos, guys. It's costs $0 to age gracefully, to stay away from disease, cardiovascular disease, heart failure, kidney failure, liver failure, cancer, dementia, blah, blah. You name it, there are millions of them waiting for you, so that we can age gracefully and together die in our sleep, in our bed, healthy at the age of 100, God willing. Put your comments, your question, any katso you want to ask down there. I promise I will get back to you. It might take me some time, but I promise I will get back to you in my busy life, which I love it. Thank you, guys. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.